If you've ever thought you've needed a financial advisor to become a millionaire, you don't, and I am living proof of this. I am Tiffany Thomas with thewealthytiffany.com, and I invested in real estate and in the stock market to become a millionaire. And working with a financial planner is not what helped me to get there. Now, before I give you the reasons of why you don't need to work with a financial planner, I do want to clarify that I did work with a financial planner. I was working for a company and we had a 401k representative. And so I met with him and did use his company to invest some of my money and ended up setting up a whole life insurance policy. But after having my investments with him and his company for less than 3 years, I did a lot of research on my own and decided that I did not need to be using a financial advisor. And I became aware of all of these things that I'm going to share with you in the video today. I ended up moving all of my investments at his company over to Vanguard. And any money that I would have made by investing at his company was pretty much lost when I canceled that whole life insurance policy, because after doing more research, I knew that it wasn't the right investment for me. So he did not directly help me become a millionaire, but kind of indirectly, because I started doing a lot of research on my own and figured out how to invest and still make really good returns without using a financial advisor. So if you are ready to dive right in, hit that like button and the subscribe button, and I'm going to give you the reasons why you don't need a financial advisor to become a millionaire. Reason number one, and this is the biggest reason of all, because you can actually retire earlier or become a millionaire earlier if you are not using a financial advisor. There are fee-only advisors, which means they charge a flat rate to meet with them, and it's usually thousands of dollars to get a financial plan with a financial advisor. But there are also advisors that work on commission. So whether or not you are writing out a physical check to that financial advisor, they are still getting paid. Those financial advisors usually charge about 1% of the money that you're investing. And people get a little confused on this part. They think that if they are making more money with their investments, that their financial planner is going to make more money. And that is true, but they still get paid whether or not you are making more money. The fees that financial advisors charge are not based on the returns they deliver, but rather are based on how much money you invest. This means that even if they end up losing the money that you entrust them with, you're still going to get a bill for their services. Not only does this system add extra unnecessary risk and expenses to your investment strategy, it also leaves little incentive for a financial advisor to perform well. While they will earn more if they're able to grow your wealth, at the end of the day, they will get paid regardless. The funds they are choosing for you may not be the best funds for you, because they could make a higher commission if they invest your money in certain funds. So while they invest in those funds, they're getting a really good paycheck, but it may not be giving you the best return on your money. So if you are meeting with a financial advisor or financial planner, make sure you are asking how they get paid and make sure you understand how they're getting paid. Because unfortunately, there are quite a few shady financial advisors. So you really want to work with one that is upfront with you and they tell you, yes, I'm getting paid commission on these certain funds. And now I want to show you an example of what I'm talking about, that you can retire earlier if you are not using a financial advisor. I wanted to share this article with you guys because NerdWallet has done a really good job of breaking down how much fees really cost over time. So they titled it How a 1% Fee, which is what financial advisors would normally charge you, could cost millennials $590,000 in retirement savings. So what they did was they took a millennial investor and they looked at different investing scenarios for a 25-year-old who has $25,000 in a retirement account and then adds $10,000 to that account every year. And they earn on average a 7% annual return, and they plan to retire in 40 years. Let's take a look at how the cost of fees accelerates over time. So you can see in their graph, they have the number of years invested. So if you're just investing for 10 years, then you could lose $11,343 to fees. And then the after fee investment value would be $166,000. So in essence, you're losing 6.4% to fees. But if you invest longer than 10 years, say you're investing for that 40-year period, you are going to lose $592,798 just to fees. I feel like that's a lot of money. There's a lot of things I could do with about 600 grand. And your after fee investment value would be 1.77 million. So that percentage that you're losing in fees is 25.1%, which is huge. So the longer you are investing, the more you are going to pay in fees. So if you can really keep those fees as low as possible, then you're going to be able to retire earlier. And like they mentioned down here, they say even though the investor continues to get the same annual or the same 7% average annual return, our analysis shows the percentage of value lost to fees climbs higher as the years pass. So you can see that it went from that original 6.4% for investing up to 10 years, all the way up to 25% over that 40-year period. So fees will take a huge toll on any investor's portfolio. And if you can reduce those fees, especially a full 1% fee, then you'll be able to retire earlier or become a millionaire even earlier. Hopefully you can see exactly what I'm talking about. All of that money that you are missing out on by giving it over to a financial advisor. All right, reason number 2 is because the time that you spend trying to find a financial advisor, you can actually spend that time learning how to invest your own money. There are thousands and thousands of financial planners out there, so taking the time to either get referrals or set up meetings with all of these different advisors that are out there and choosing the best one for you is really time consuming. And since they are managing your money, you want to find a really good one. You don't want to just look at the first one that you find and go with them. So instead of doing that, instead of researching the best financial planner that you can find, research how to invest your money on your own. I personally have a lot of videos about this on my YouTube channel, and there are a ton of other YouTubers out there that have really good information. So there are plenty of opportunities for you to just do a little bit of research and start investing on your own. Plus, it's really fun. You get to choose your investments. You get to see your money grow over time and know that you chose those investments. Plus, you can automate your investing. You can set up just a auto transfer directly from your paycheck to Vanguard if you want to use Vanguard, or whatever brokerage company you want to use, and then automatically invest that money every 2 weeks or every month, however often you're getting paid. So it can be kept really, really simple and really, really effective, which we'll get into later in the video. All right, and reason number 3 is because you are the one that is going to care the most about your money, not someone else. Most financial planners are looking to make a really good paycheck, so they are going to choose investments that are going to give them a pay raise. Being a financial planner is that person's job, so they want to get paid well. And unfortunately, that leads them to invest your money in things that may not be the best for you, like I mentioned earlier. I've heard of too many financial advisors just moving money around, switching up their funds that their clients are invested in, just to make it seem more complicated and to tell you you're getting a better return. In actuality, it doesn't need to be complicated at all. You can keep it very, very simple. And that brings us to reason number 4. Investing with a financial advisor does not mean you are going to make higher returns. Research shows that financial advisors are not actually outperforming investing in simple index funds. And I have done quite a bit of research on this, and it proves to be true. I just want to share an article from Switchpoint with you. In this article, they had been talking to a financial advisor. We then looked at the track record of a handful of this advisor's top clients, many of whom he had been working with for more than 10 years. Up until this point, the portfolios were made up of various high-fee mutual funds, all of which attempted to outperform the market in one way or another. There were some that specialized in stock picking, trying to find the next Google or Amazon. Others attempted to time the market and avoid downturns like we experienced in 2008. But despite all of the extra effort and complexity, all of the portfolios had underperformed a low-cost index fund approach. And the article continues on. So what was the advisor's response when I asked if he planned to implement a buy and hold approach using low-cost funds? We can't do that. Some of our clients pay $40,000 a year for our services. We can't just invest in a handful of index funds and call it a day. What? Are you kidding me? Financial advisors clearly do not have your best interest at heart. So be careful if you are choosing to go with a financial advisor. All right, the last reason number 5, is because money will be with you your entire life. Money is not a fad like scrunchies or parachute pants. Money is here to stay. It is a part of our daily lives, and it will be for the rest of our lives. So you might as well start learning how to make your money work for you instead of you always working for your money. If you do use a financial advisor, you are going to be reliant on that person until the end of your life or until your money runs out, whichever comes first. And who knows how long your financial planner will be around. So if they leave in one way or another before you do, you're going to have to find another financial planner to take over. So you might as well learn how to take care of your money, manage it better, and invest it. That way you know exactly what you're investing in and what fees you are paying. And you can make the best choices for you because it's your money. You are the one that's going to care the most about it. You can honestly do a little bit of research. It really doesn't take that much time, and successfully invest your money. And that is how I was able to become a millionaire. I invested on my own. And yeah, I did have that short period where I was using that financial advisor. But after doing my own research, I realized that was not the best thing for me to be doing. All right, those are the 5 reasons why I have decided a financial planner is not necessary to become a millionaire. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and share it with someone else who would like to hear this information. And please hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit the little bell to get notified on when I post new videos. And if you guys are interested in becoming financially free at a young age, make sure and check out my free course, A Beginner's Guide to Financial Freedom at 40. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.